Last night, Donald Trump revealed his military hit list on Fox News' town hall, with Congressman Adam Schiff, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and her family at the top of the list. This is not the first time Donald Trump has spoken of the enemy within, saying, "It is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. They're Marxists, and they're communists, and they're fascists, and they're sick." I use a guy like Adam Schiff. They made up the Russia hoax. Trump claimed that enemies like Russia and China could be handled differently, but said Democrats were a different story. Quote, "The more difficult are, the Pelosis. These people, they're so sick, they're so evil," Trump said, adding, "They're more times than Al Capone. They're a threat to democracy." But it's not just Democrats who are in the sights of Donald Trump, as he is wanting to use the military also on members of his last administration that broke with him. "We have some very bad people," Trump continued. "We have some sick people, radical left lunatics, and and I think it should be easily handled by, if necessary, the National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military, because they can't let that happen." Mark Millie, who is the general famously who opposed Donald Trump's plan to overthrow the federal government on January 6th, is worried about being court-martialed if Donald Trump returns. On Steve Bannon's War Room, the filling-in host Natalie Winters vowed that Trump's post-election retribution tour will involve prosecuting his enemies for treason, including some of his former administration officials, such as the former Joint Chiefs Chairman Mark Milley. And in 2020, he promised that if Democrats had chosen to take to the streets to protest his victory, that he was going to use the military to, quote, "We'll put them down very quickly if they do that. They have the right to do that. We have the power to do that if we want." Americans have become very used to seeing incredible violent reactions from the state to their right to protest. But I truly do not believe people understand that there are significant levels of escalation above what we have seen even in 2020, even after the protests for Gaza. Quote, "Look, it's called insurrection," he added. "We just send in and we'll do it very easily. I mean, very easy. I'd rather not do that because there's no reason for it, but if we had to, we do that and we put it down within minutes." He's of course referring to shooting protesters. Lots of people are trying to tell you that it's moral to not vote in this election or to not vote for Kamala Harris. But I'm sorry, if you are not actively fighting to stop Donald Trump from becoming the president again, you are bringing in a world where he will use lethal force to go after any political disagreement, and that will make any progressive activism infinitely worse and more difficult, not to say any of the damage that will be caused by the policies that he has promised he will fulfill, and you should believe him when he says he wants to do them. Thank you, please repost.